All right, so buckle up, everybody. We're going deep today, like really deep. We're talking hypno-channeling.
Yeah, we're going down the rabbit hole.
Exactly. Connecting to a higher consciousness.
Yeah.
Tapping into, like, universal knowledge through hypnosis.
Sounds wild, right? But there's this YouTube channel, Hypno Vibes.
You know it? Hosted by Naomi. She does these amazing hypno-channeling sessions.
And in one, things got really, really interesting.
Understatement of the year. So she's working with this woman, Jessica, and the energy that comes...
Wait. They actually make contact with something?
Oh, yeah. They call it the entity. And get this. It claims to have witnessed the China Eastern Airlines flight MU5735 crash.
Whoa. That crash is still a total mystery, isn't it? March 21st, 2022, China. Plane just drops out of the sky, no explanation.
Chilling stuff. So picture this. You're watching the video. Naomi's guiding Jessica deeper and deeper. And bam, this entity makes contact. But here's the kicker.
What's that?
It claims to be a physical being. Like, it was actually in the same airspace as the plane, passing through.
Hold on. I thought channeled energies were like spirits or consciousness, not physical beings.
Right. This is where it gets freaky. So then the entity says the plane crashed because of a rip in the space-time dimension.
A dimensional rift.
You got it. Like something out of Star Trek.
Wow. Okay, so let's unpack that for a second. If there's such a thing as a dimensional rift, what does that even mean? I mean, for physics, for our understanding of the universe, it's mind-blowing.
Right. Makes you think, there's so much we don't know. And then it gets even wilder. The entity says the passengers chose to have their lives end at that time.
Whoa, hold on. So we're talking predestination. Fate. Like, they had no say in what happened.
Yeah, that's where things get philosophically heavy. Kind of like that idea of soul contracts, right?
Yeah.
Choosing our experiences before we're even born.
Wait, right. Soul contracts. I've heard of that. But wait, didn't the entity also say they didn't go to alternate dimensions?
Exactly. So where do they go? It leaves that part out.
That's the biggest question, isn't it? What happens after we die? This entity throws out a huge mystery but doesn't give us any answers.
Totally. And then there's this other detail. I don't know if you caught it, but it says these dimensional rips are organic.
Organic.
Yeah. And that they can just happen spontaneously.
Okay, now that's a little scary. It's like our reality is way more fragile and unpredictable than we realize, you know? 1 minute you're flying along and the next, poof.
Gone into a dimensional rift. Chilling stuff. But let's talk about this entity for a minute. It's traveling in a physical body, but it's not human, and it can shift its consciousness.
Okay, so that's a paradox, right? It's physical, but it can also be non-physical. It's like quantum physics or something, like superposition, where a particle can be in multiple states at once.
Yeah, it's kind of bending our minds a little.
Yeah.
And it's its purpose. It's just traveling and observing, like a cosmic tourist just passing through, taking notes on our reality.
A cosmic tourist. I like that. It does make you wonder, though, why are they observing us? What are they looking for?
Right. So here we are, another deep dive down. We've got an unexplained plane crash, a mind-blowing channeling session, and a wild theory about dimensional rifts. What are your main takeaways? Anything jumping out at you?
It just makes you realize how much we still don't know. We think we understand reality, but then something like this comes along and boom, it challenges everything.
Absolutely. The mysteries of consciousness, the nature of reality, what lies beyond our perception. It's all still out there.
And it makes you think about different ways of knowing, too, like hypno-channeling. I know some people are skeptical.
Oh, for sure.
But it definitely raises some interesting questions.
No doubt. So for all you listeners out there, do you believe dimensional rifts exist? Could this be the answer to some of those unsolved mysteries we hear about? And what about the idea that those passengers chose their fate?
Yeah, that's a tough one. Free will versus destiny makes you think.
It does. And sometimes the unanswered questions are the most intriguing ones. Keep those minds open, everyone. Until next time.
Things related to this flight, it just came across my mind. The flight number is MU5735. So I think the flight crash is kind of mysterious and it's very sudden. And the flight went down straight. So whatever the energy can come through and give me an explanation when I count to 3. 1, coming through this body. 2, almost here, and 3. Hello?
I was passing through when it happened. I saw what happened.
Who is this?
I don't have a name.
You're just energy?
I'm a physical being.
Oh, physical being. But you're passing by the flight?
I was traveling in the same physical space. What happened was that there
the
was a
flight?
rip in dimensions,
Yeah.
and the plane has crashed into where two different. One second. Trying to find the concept in English. There was a rip in the space and time dimension, which created a physical disturbance. The plane has directly crashed into that space and had no choice but to fall down.
Yeah.
But those people had chosen to have their lives end at that period in time.
So where did they go?
On to the next lives.
So not to other like versions?
No, this one did not.
So you said that the cause is what? There's a hole?
There was a rip in time, space,
So what was the cause of that?
organic cause.
So sometimes things like that happen?
Yes.
Interesting. I never heard that. Okay. So you were in the space.
I was traveling.
You are in the flight?
No.
But you're a
I was
physical.
near the space, traveling. I could use my body as a vehicle. I shifted my consciousness and expanding it.
But you have nothing to do with Earth? You're not human.
No.
But you said you have a physical body.
Yes.
What kind of body? What do you look like?
Hard to explain.
You're not humanoid.
No.
But you have a solid body?
In some ways, I can be solid if I want to.
So while you were there, you were traveling?
I was just traveling.
All right. Very interesting. Also interesting to speak with you. And okay, thank you for the information. And I hope you get to wherever you need to be.
Thanks.
Thank you, and bye.